Hi, this is Mr. Patch, and in this lab we're going to test to see if gases have mass. The way we're going to do it is we're going to just take a simple Alka-Seltzer tablet and see what happens when it dissolves. You may have seen this happen before. When it dissolves, a bunch of bubbles come up, and those bubbles then leave the liquid and they get lost into the air. Does that make it lighter? That's what we want to find out. If those bubbles are gas and the weight goes down, then it seems like the gases must have mass. That would be pretty good evidence for it. That's going to be our first test. So what you have to do is you have to have a container of water that you can measure ahead of time and you can measure afterwards when we put the Alka-Seltzer inside. Let's give that a shot. So I'm taking a container over here and I'm just going to put a little bit of water in it. The reason I'm not filling it up completely full is because these balances have a limited capacity. They can't hold very much mass. So I'm going to turn it on, let it cycle through until it says 0. Before I ever put anything on, I always zero it out again. Is this too heavy? Yeah. Even this much water is too heavy. I've only got an inch or so of water in there. I'm going to dump out some of that. I'm going to try it again. Zero it out. Put the container on it. This time it says I've got about 167.73 grams. It's not too heavy. I want to make sure that it's not too heavy with the top, and I want to make sure it's not too heavy with the container, with the Alka-Seltzers here. So I'm going to put the Alka-Seltzer on the top. That would be everything combined. So I've got 179.71. I would write that number down. The combination of the container, the water, the cap, and the Alka-Seltzer. All those things together. I know my mass. Now I'm going to put the Alka-Seltzer in and put the top on. The top doesn't have to be screwed down all the way. The reason I've got the top on here is not to hold the gas inside. This won't seal well enough to do that. What I'm really trying to do is make sure that little splashes of water don't come out and I don't lose water from the liquid being lost. I want to make sure that if the mass changes, it's because of the gas being lost. So, if the gas has mass and I'm losing it, eventually it'll seep out through the opening and this will get lighter. I'm not going to tell you what happens because I want you to do this yourself. Actually, I want you to do it twice. That's why I'm going to give you 2 Alka-Seltzers for this to do. So, your job today is going to be put together your lab paper, your question, do gases have mass? We'll work on the hypothesis with you and do your background and make sure you have this procedure down. If you need to look at this video another time, do it another time to make sure you have all the materials and the procedure down because tomorrow you're going to be doing this lab.